Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together. What you know, Alibiers, welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. Good to have you here. It's Wednesday, January 10th. Didn't get to do an episode yesterday. All that weather that was in Tallahassee that actually was the reason that Donna's hearing for yesterday was postponed came our way. I needed a canoe to get around. Donna's hearing has been rescheduled to January 30th at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to try to live stream that on my YouTube channel. I really kind of want to expand so we can watch things together. I think it would be nice. Hopefully, that'll give Donna a little more time to practice keeping her mouth closed and not look like a catfish the whole time the prosecution is talking. So we will see. My understanding is that is going to be a remote hearing. She will not be in the courtroom. It could change, but that's what I heard last night when I was on, or the night before when I was on STS podcast. All right, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. I just found out 60% of the people that watch my videos don't subscribe. If you hit subscribe, you won't get bombarded with notifications. You can like the video, share it with your friends, or if you want notifications, hit that little bell. It'll let you know every time I upload something new. I appreciate you guys so much. Music fact of the day. What song has been used most often in movies? That goes to Survivor, The Eye of the Tiger. It's been used in 47 movies, and Sylvester Stallone actually asked Survivor to write that song for Rocky III. By the way, I got a month till I go see Stevie Nicks 5 minutes from my house. Can't wait. So a little bit of some juicy details about a new search warrant that was posted yesterday. It was actually filed on the 8th. This is for 2 MacBook Pros. In the filing, it says on Monday, November 13th, 2023, a friend of Charles Adelson contacted the state attorney's office in Tallahassee. They advised Donna and Harvey contacted them Sunday, November 12th, 2023, regarding travel to the Philippines. The Adelsons advised they had travel plans to Saigon until November 20th, but no further plans at the time. The Adelsons were seeking advice for airlines as well as places to stay. This family friend has known the Adelsons for over 10 years and has never had longer than a 5-minute conversation with Donna or Harvey. They found the contact very strange. Harvey Adelson told the subject, "You must not mention to Charlie anything about our plans." What are they looking for? They're looking for applications or evidence of moving money, accessing financial accounts, or scheduling and booking travel plans to evade apprehension. They're also looking for any documents, files, or other items pertaining to finances or financial adjustments made by the Adelsons or other communications, photos, videos, or evidence related to the homicide of Dan Markel. Get this, y'all. They're looking back from 2012 to present. Somebody on Reddit looked up the serial number of that MacBook Pro. It's listed in the search warrant. Seems like that MacBook Pro was bought in 2014, at least one of them. So there could be some little gems in there. We'll just have to wait and see. What all do they have so far that we know of? The day after Donna was arrested, investigators went to the Adelson residence and they took 2 iPhones and an iPad. Now we have 2 MacBook Pros. Look, my grandma's 89. She can navigate Facebook and Instagram like a pro, but she's not very good at deleting things or knowing how to delete things. Donna has a problem hanging up the phone because we've had a couple of hot mic calls and those jail calls that are on the YouTube channel. So maybe, just maybe, there's something in here that's really incriminating. We'll have to wait and see, y'all. This trial can't come soon enough. There's been a substitution of counsel for Donna. Dan Rashbaum, and also a new Tallahassee lawyer, Alex Morris, are on her case. Charlie's old attorney, Rashbaum, he knows the case front to back. So maybe it won't take forever to get this new attorney up to speed and we can get this trial going. I've been watching a lot of interviews for the past few days related to this case. Prosecutor Kappelman gave an interview, and at one point, this was after Katie had been arrested. She just flat out said that at that moment, they didn't have enough evidence to arrest any of the Adelsons. Well, fast forward a few years, and now we have one Adelson sentenced to life, and Donna's been arrested and awaiting trial. That whole prosecution team, they're amazing. don't rush things, and it may not come in the time we want it to as far as any further arrest potentially. We don't know yet what's going to happen with that, but you have to look at it. The prosecution's 4 for 4 right now. They know how to play the game, and they know when they have what it takes to take something to trial. I had made some notes on the Over My Dead Body podcast, which I highly recommend you go listen to. I'm not going to regurgitate what they worked hard to put out there, but Robert Adelson is interviewed with his wife, and they explain a lot of the family dynamics. And I just want to say that Robert and his wife really seem like solid, awesome people. Just to give you a little glimpse of how this family works. On episode 5, Robert explains that they were out somewhere and he had bought something, and the cashier gave him too much money back. So he corrected her and said, "You've given me too much change." His wife said for the rest of the day, the Adelsons just made fun of Rob for doing that. In other words, doing the right thing. He earned the nickname Honest Abe as a kid, and kind of the way he talks about it, you almost get the sense that it wasn't a positive thing to be nicknamed that in that house. We're going to go through some text messages real quick. We'll do these kind of chronologically leading up to the end of the series, which I don't know when it's going to be. But this text right here was on October 13th of 2013. Donna to Charlie, horrible evening for your sister and for us. Dad finally had to walk outside to lower his blood pressure. Just awful. I can't even explain. Then she says, on the way back to Wendy's house, only with Ben. Then October 14th, 12:13 a.m., Charlie to Donna, I bet. Let's talk this week. Now, this next one, what's important to point out about this text, this started on October 30th of 2013. That is the day before Katie said that Charlie first asked her if she knew anybody that could hurt someone. The text says, Donna to Charlie, just got a text from Wendy casually mentioning that she's moving ahead with the purchase of the house that she liked. I guess she wants to do it before November 17th when she leaves for England. This morning was her last day with the boys for a while. How was your day? Charlie responds, she never told me. Why is she doing this? She never mentions it to me on the phone. I guess it's because it's stupid. Did Danny give her permission to move schools? He will hold that over her and use it as leverage, especially after she puts money down. She's really stupid. Give them their asking price. I can try again, but I only talk to her about 1 time a week and leave about 7 messages. Hopping over to Halloween, the day that Charlie asked Katie if she knew somebody that could hurt somebody, I think I made some headway. Hope you're having an awesome night in Israel. Have a good night. Then Donna responds, wow, Charlie, thank you again. How did you accomplish that? You're a miracle worker. Tell us. Charlie responds, for starters, Danny would have used any deposit Wendy put on a house as leverage. First thing she needs to do is get permission from him in the courts before she even thinks about anything. And I've had about 5 other really good reasons why would have been the dumbest mistake of her life. Second dumbest life. It took about 15 minutes of talking to her. I basically told her owning a house is like getting married. Renting is like dating. Why the F would you want to get married again? What a brother. We're going to get into the bump. This was kind of that first domino in the line of dominoes to start falling. At Charlie's trial, FBI Special Agent Patrick Sanford takes the stand, and he says they intercepted thousands of phone calls between the parties. He said they chose to approach Donna first because they noticed the pattern of calls leading up to the murder would go from Donna to Charlie, Charlie to Katie, and then Katie to Sigfredo, then back up the list. They wanted to start on one end to see what happened, if it traveled through that same progression of people. And this was just to see if they could, what they call tickle the wires. Just put a little pressure on them, see if they start making phone calls to each other. Well, they did. Law enforcement had gotten authorization to intercept phone calls on Charlie and Katie's phones in early April. The bump happened on April 19th of 2016. So nearly 2 years after Dan's murder. Also, this isn't the only bump, man. They stir the hornet's nest pretty consistently for a while. The agent approached Donna on a sidewalk outside of her condo in Miami. She was going to pick up the boys from school, which is literally just right across the street from where they were living. The FBI agent handed her a news article about Dan's murder with a phone number on there and the amount, $5,000. What's interesting is once you get to the calls, the way Charlie talks to Donna about the bump and the way he talks to Katie, completely different. With Donna, you can tell he's really trying to keep her calm. Oh, it's no big deal. No biggie. I'm handling it. But with Katie, as the calls go on, you hear the panic in both of their voices. Charlie's able to be a little more free with Katie about how worried he is. At the same time, he also tries to convince himself, I think, that this is nothing. But we are going to play the bump right now.
Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson? How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Tuco for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. And we want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuco. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
The first call to Charlie was at 2:09 p.m. Now, the first part of the audio was cut off. I'm not going to play this. It's a little muffled on Donna's end. And for people that are listening to the audio version that don't have subtitles, I don't want you to feel like you're missing out. But what sticks out to me about all these calls is the lack of questioning. Nobody asks, oh my gosh, who is this guy? What is he talking about? What ex-girlfriend? Nothing. Donna tells Charlie that she needs to speak with him sometime in the near future. Charlie asked if someone wrote a letter to her, and Donna says someone hand-delivered paperwork to her. Charlie asked if she's being sued. Donna said at first that's what she thought it was, but she said she needs to talk to him. Charlie tells which office he'll be working at that day. Donna says the boys will finish their piano lessons around 4. She isn't sure about what the traffic would be like, but says she may take a ride up there. Charlie asks if his dad Harvey knows about this, and Donna says, no, Dad's at work today, fortunately. Charlie asks, is it the IRS? Donna says the IRS people like to bother you sometimes, but fortunately not now. She said she'll give Charlie a heads up if she comes that way. Charlie asked if Wendy knows about this or if it involves Wendy, and Donna says no like 1,000 times. No, 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 no. Charlie asks if it involves him or other people. Donna says, well, probably the both of us. You probably have a general idea of what I'm talking about. Donna said, let's just find some time to talk and take the boys for a ride. Charlie asks if she's going to bring the boys up there. And Donna says, Wendy and your dad don't get here until about 7. Charlie can't stand that he's not being told what's up, y'all. You can tell. He asks if it's urgent that she talk to him today. And she says, today or tomorrow. It's important. She says she doesn't know what to do. Charlie says he'll be at the office and asks if she wants to come up. And Donna says, if he'll be there until late. And Charlie says, yeah, until really late. Donna says again, she isn't sure that she'll have time to get to where he is and be back in time for Wendy to get the boys. And she doesn't want the boys to not be there when Wendy gets back. Charlie asks who the paperwork is sent from, and she said it was handed to her when she left the building today. Charlie asks if it was anonymous or if it was over the phone. Donna says, oh no, it's not anonymous. But she doesn't want to discuss it over the phone. He asks if she wants him to come down to see her the next day. He said he has the day off. Donna says that would be wonderful. She says her and Harvey will work out from 9:30 to 10:30, and then Harvey would go into work at 1. Charlie said he'll take a look at the paperwork, and he hopes it's not the IRS. I bet he wishes it was the IRS now. Donna says she'd like him to look at it and give some insight as to his thoughts. She then says that Harvey will leave at 12. So Charlie said he would come down in the afternoon, and that way he can see the boys as well. Donna says that would be great, and they end the call. But then less than a half hour later, Charlie calls Donna back because the gears are turning. Charlie's getting nervous. I mean, mom's being a little cryptic. The second call starts off with Charlie kind of joking about this being about him not paying his sun pass, the toll pass that you have in your front windshield, which is actually one thing that led them to the Prius. Then Charlie asked Donna if she can pay some insurance for him, and she said she would. After they talk about insurance, Charlie tells Donna that whatever this is, don't worry about it too much. He says someone can write whatever they want and they can say whatever they want to say. And he says he's not worried. He asks if it's another bad review on Yelp. Donna says, sometimes those reviews come in and they're bad, but this is a particularly bad one. Charlie asks if he's being sued. She says no. He says, from what she's making it sound like, she shouldn't worry too much. She says it's probably nothing. And he says, just because people say you're a bad dentist doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. He says he will definitely come down tomorrow. Donna says, I'll make you take me out to dinner, so be sure to bring your cash with you. Charlie says, all right. And then Charlie's like, I need to bring cash? Donna says, yeah, if you take me out to dinner, I want to have, that's probably a good idea, right? Charlie says yes. And then Donna says yes. And Charlie says, I should bring cash? I don't have that much cash to bring. Donna says that she will see if she has money for dinner. She says, we'll see what I have here. Charlie says, can I ask, is someone blackmailing you? Donna says, maybe. Could be. I don't know. Charlie says, no, that's crazy. I don't know what anyone would blackmail you for. And then he said, is there any way I could see you? You can't come up here at all? Donna said it's going to be difficult because the boys don't finish piano until 4:15. And even if she got there around 5:15, she might not be back in time for Wendy to pick the boys up. Charlie asks if it's anything government related or is this like a whack job writing a letter to you? Donna says, I don't know if it's government related. Then Charlie asks if it's military related. Donna says no. He's like, who is the letter addressed to? And she says, to me. Charlie says, that's crazy. He asks if she knew who sent it to her. Donna says she has a pretty good idea, but they'll talk about it. She would like to try and see him today. Charlie asked if the letter was anonymous. Donna says, not really. He asked if they signed it, and Donna said, hand delivered, honey. Charlie asked, was it a process server? This is like 20 questions. And Donna said she thought it was at first, but it wasn't. Charlie asked, where was this at? She said she walked out of the building and made a right, and on the sidewalk at about 5 feet from pressing the button to cross the street to get the boys. She said just as she got on the sidewalk. She said it was amazing. Somebody knew exactly who I was, called me by my name. Charlie asked if the person was young or old. Donna says maybe mid-30s. She would not forget the face. She said she could make the attempt to come to Charlie, but she doesn't want Wendy to know. And she doesn't want the boys to say they saw Uncle Charlie unless she's needed to come do checks at the office or something like that. Well, Charlie jumps in and says, well, you have to get the stuff for the insurance, that payment they talked about on that first call. He said, it's crazy. Someone handed you a letter like that. Donna's like, Donna says maybe we should keep it tomorrow around 12:15. Charlie asked if the person is threatening her, and Donna says she's never had to interpret these things, so let's meet tomorrow. Charlie asks if she wants to take a picture of the letter and send it to him, and she's like, no, really don't want to do that. Charlie said, so it was some random person? Donna says yes. He asked how long the letter was, and Donna said it was a copy of an article, but it's written on there. Charlie again asked if somebody is threatening her. Donna says, I don't think we should talk. At this time, I don't think it's a good idea. Charlie says, if people threaten you, you've got to go to the police. Donna says, yeah. Charlie says, let me see what nonsense it is first. He says it wouldn't be the first time he's been threatened. Donna says she would just like for him to see it. She again says 12:15 to 12:30 tomorrow. Charlie says, okay. And he said he will play with the boys for a bit. He said if it's something serious, he's going to recommend going to the cops. Donna says she's tempted to do that. They say their goodbyes. Charlie calls back 15 minutes later. Charlie says one thing he was going to tell her is to not talk about things in the apartment or any place. Donna says, oh, obviously. He asks the race of the person. Donna says white. She says they spoke to her first and then handed her the paper. Charlie asked if they had on a hat or sunglasses. Donna says, nope, she could describe this person to a T. Charlie asked if the person was nervous or angry. Donna says, calm as could be. Totally calm. He asked if they're asking for money or something, and Donna says, yeah. Charlie says, if it's something like that, you go to the police. Donna says she may have to, but she would rather talk to him first. Charlie said there's scumbags out there that do stuff like this all the time. Donna says that's why she wants him to see it first, and also she doesn't want Harvey to get upset. Charlie says not to say anything to Harvey before he looks at it because Harvey flies off the handle. Donna says absolutely. Donna said that's why she suggested after Harvey leaves for work tomorrow for Charlie to come over. Charlie asked if she was given a time frame. Donna says no, but she says it's clear what's wanted. Charlie says, what did they ask for? Donna says the TV was probably about $5,000. Charlie says, they asked you for $5,000? Donna says, yeah. And they mentioned an ex-girlfriend. Donna tells somebody to come in. I kind of assume it's the piano lady. Charlie says he'll take a look at it. Donna says she'll go from there. She's glad he called, and if he wanted to go to dinner, they can see where they'll go. Donna says, or maybe we can take a walk on the beach if it's going to be nice tomorrow. Charlie says, that sounds good. I love you, all that jazz. Bye-bye. Now, the next call is between Charlie and Katie. The audio on this was good enough to play, and I do want to play the ones that you can hear pretty well because you can definitely hear the tone in their voices. At trial, one thing that prosecutor Kappelman points out, he had other girlfriends after Katie, including Whitney. Charlie never called anyone aside from Katie about this issue. So Charlie, as we know, a big playboy, he's had a lot of ex-girlfriends. So it's just the implied that prosecutor Kappelman's pointing out they didn't need to ask. They didn't have to wonder. They knew it was Katie. So let's play this call now. You may have to adjust your volume if it's too loud, but I wanted to make sure you guys could hear it. Here we go.
Okay, can you go somewhere that's not loud when I'm talking to you?
I can't. It's like loud, like I can't get out.
Okay, I'm trying to walk outside and talk to you right now. I can't even get outside. All right, at least a minute off. All right. Somebody, can you hear me okay?
I can hear.
Okay. I just want you to listen to me. I'll be able to talk to you in person when I see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom walked the kids. I only heard part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go down there and talk to her tomorrow to find out what's going on.
Okay.
Because she didn't want to elaborate.
Uh-huh.
But she said that someone approached her on the street,
Uh-huh.
called her by name,
Mm-hmm.
handed her an envelope with something in it.
Yeah.
And she really wouldn't go into detail. And listen, I have no idea what this is in reference to.
Uh-huh.
But something regarding her son, something regarding his ex-girlfriend, and the person asking my mom for some money.
What?
Yeah. So I said, I'm like, first what you're saying, I thought it was like something involving the IRS or a pension
Yeah.
or something like that. So I don't even know what it's about at all.
So somebody just like bumped into your mom like that?
Well, they came up to her on the street after she dropped the kids off at school. I guess she brought them to school. I don't even know. But they must know her routine. They must know who she is.
Yeah.
They walked up to her. They called her by name.
Uh-huh.
They handed her an envelope.
Uh-huh.
She said they spoke to her for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then she said they were making reference to my ex-girlfriend to kind of know what that's about.
Yeah.
And then they explained that they needed to be paid some money.
For what?
I already know his mom didn't want to talk to me on the phone. Well,
But like was she like, she should have like,
oh yeah,
asked her
I
something.
said, listen, that's what I said. I said, someone's going to try to blackmail you or something.
Exactly, or
Right.
threatening you like that.
I said, you got to go straight to the police. And she's like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't want to talk about it. I go, well, take a picture and send me what it is. She's like, I just want to see it in person. So I'm going to go there. I can't even go there today because I won't get out of work until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So she's like, just.
So somebody's like stalking your mom?
I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, what my mom's involved. I mean, you didn't do anything with my mom. I mean, yeah.
This is what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. I don't know what.
No, but I feel
who knows?
for your mom. Like, what the hell?
Well, I
Just
don't
a random
know.
person, like, just going up to your mom, like, hello.
Yeah, and my mom said it involved your ex-girlfriend, so I don't even think she said who. I'm just like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I'm calling you.
What do they want from her?
I have no idea. So anyway, I'm gonna find out. Well, they wanted money.
I know, exactly. Did she tell you? Like, what?
No, she was just kind of like a little bit rattled and with the kids and was like, listen, I should have had the day off tomorrow, but she's like, come down and talk to me. So I'm going down tomorrow to talk to her. And then, I don't remember if it had anything to do with you. If they're mentioning you or any reference to you, I'll keep you posted.
What about me? Yeah, like,
I don't know.
Girlfriend.
Well, we'll talk. It could be anything. So I just assume that.
Exactly.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I may want to see you tomorrow if it does have anything to do with you. If it doesn't, then I feel like I'm an idiot for even bothering wasting your time. But
Yeah, I would feel bad for your mom. Like, who the hell did she? If that was me, would have like called me home right away. Be like,
I know. I said, Mom, was the guy wearing hat, glasses? Mom was like, no, I could take the person out of line in a second. They came over to me. They spoke to me very politely. There was a white male in his 30s. No hat, no glasses. Just a white male in the 30s. Came up there and knew who she was and addressed her. So, but anyway, neither here nor there. I feel like an idiot if it was some other ex. But anyway.
Yeah. Did you have any fight with any of your other ex or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just be calling everybody today.
No, yeah, you should try to find out.
I thought when I spoke to my mom, she said they mentioned your name in it. That's why I was calling you, but I'm going to feel like an idiot if they did. So, but anyway, are you working tomorrow? What's the story?
Yeah, but you can always talk while you're there. Doesn't matter.
All right. What time do you finish work?
Thank you. All right. Let me know.
What time do you finish work tomorrow?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, like I told them like I'm usually between like 9:30 to. You want me to get up? Okay.
What?
Anytime between 9:30 to like 3-ish, 4-ish. It depends.
Okay.
However it is. Like today I was like super like sleepy.
Okay, I got to get back in there. I'm going to be in Miami, and when I'm done hanging out down there, I'm going to talk to you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like right there as well.
So figure somewhere around 4 if I'll see you.
Okay.
All right. No worries, kiddo.
All right.
Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
That was the first call to Katie after the bump. And notice in there for a second, he gets a little bit paranoid and asks her if she knows anything about this, essentially. And she's like, no. But, you know, trust gets thin when things get thick. And that was kind of obvious. So the Dolce Vita, we're not going to get through all this today, but I've taken a lot of time to go through the transcript, take out things where sentences just you couldn't hear and they kind of drop off, and took out a lot of repetitive stuff that Charlie is now infamous for. If you've listened to the jail calls, the dude repeats himself like crazy. This was filmed on April 20th of 2016. That would have been the day after the bump. We just heard Katie and Charlie talking about getting together. This is after he's been in Miami, clearly after he's talked to his mother, and then they met up at a restaurant. Charlie starts off by saying, if they had any evidence, we would have already gone to the airport. The problem is, even if they bug this, even if they bug your home phone, nobody is going. You're still not talking about any of this. So my point is, how do you get people to talk? You throw smoke grenades and then you get all the cockroaches to run out. There's smoke in the house. There's smoke in the house and everyone's running and everyone's talking. What do you think? Listen, if that's what it was, it's very smart because that means my mom hasn't told my dad anything. My mom knows that my dad is going to flip out when he finds out, but my mom hasn't told my dad anything. But normally, obviously, if that was a cop that came and spoke to my mom and that night when he comes home from work, she would say, guess who paid me a little visit when I'm taking the grandkids to school? He said a lot of times my mom takes their car and drives them to the school. This person knew her routine and knows who she is. Someone may have come up to the office. My dad works Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, it's probably either get him on the beach or get him at the office up there. They may have approached my mom because my dad may be someone who's carrying a gun. So you never know. You don't want it to turn into a shootout. And I can tell you, a lot of times I carry a gun on me. I mean, someone comes up to me, Katie interrupts and says she has one, but you can't hear where she keeps it. She said beside something. Charlie asks if she's carrying it on her person right now. He says, I'm going to start carrying one on my back. You know, the holster that fits in your back. If someone comes up to me, they better be ready to shoot because I'm going to shoot them. Someone comes up to me asking for money in my house. And guess what? When the police show up and there's a doctor, there's an oral surgeon standing there with a dead gang member in his driveway, they're not going to come down too hard on me. And I'm not going to talk anyway. I don't know. I don't trust them. Katie, this is not like some chick showing off tattoos to your man. This is happening and it's serious because these people are going to come back. They didn't go through the trouble of seeking out my mom to hand her that and then go away. So I've got two options. They're not going away. I may wish they'd go away and never come back, but they ain't going away. Listen, if a badge comes up to you, tell them, have a nice day, officer. Listen, if they want to charge me with something, charge me. If not, I don't talk to cops. Sorry. Things have changed a lot. You know what's changed a lot? There's cameras everywhere. So cops now, they have a pension. When they retire, they're going to get a pension for the next 30 years. Medical, dental, and a salary every month. If they think that the cameras look, and then he turns and says, how many cameras are in here? 5. What's that got to do with pension? But let's keep going. What I'm saying is that this person is not going away. They came very equipped with details. Where did the details come from? I don't know. It's one of two things. You go to the cops, you give information. I'm going to tell them my brother did it. I'll go right now and tell them. They're going to say, can you prove it? And I'm going to say no. Did you know what kind of gun was used? I say no. Did you see your brother do it? No. Well, how do you know it was him? He told me. Okay, he told you. That's called secondhand knowledge, and it's not even admissible. Even if I went in and said, my brother said he did it, you've got to prove it. You've got to put the person on the scene. You've got to understand. In order to prove it, you have to put that person at the scene at the time, not in the car. Because the fact is, even if, let's say you just sat in the car, right? And then I go ahead and commit a crime, but your DNA is in the car. And I go, yeah, Katie was in my car and she got out and she did this horrible crime. Okay, so then they come and get the DNA in the car and go, oh, Katie was in the car. No, Katie sat in the car for 2 minutes and they got in the air conditioner and then they got out of the car. Katie has nothing to do with me robbing the Burger King. So even if I can prove that, yeah, Katie was with me. Can you put Katie at the Burger King? I can say she sat in the car. Yeah. What you need to do is get that little bit of evidence from you having been in the car, and then they bring you into an interrogation. And they're like, listen, we know you were in that car, and you were in that car such and such a day. We know we've got your DNA. But even if your DNA, your fingerprints, your hair is all over that car, that proves, yeah, congratulations, you were in the car. It's not a crime to sit in the car. You know what I mean? My mom could have sat in a car too. It's not a crime. They have to prove, they have to put you at the scene at the date. They say the guy's name was Tuto. I don't even know who it is. Is there just Tuto? Tuto's incarcerated now. And I know you've been helping out Katie and helping out her family. Now Tuto's family needs your help. My mom was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, well, maybe this will refresh your memory. And he handed it to her. She said he was well-spoken and polite. He talks about asking Donna the person's race. She said he didn't have a thick Spanish accent. He was white, but could have been Hispanic. Charlie says everyone in Miami is Hispanic. He says to Katie, when I talk to you on the phone, it's like talking to Maria from West Side Story. Donna said he was well-dressed and you wouldn't look at him and think he's a thug. She said he was wearing a t-shirt and kind of a little vest and a little jacket. She said he was broad. My mom's like, he was big. My mom's walking away. My mom goes to the right and he moves like this and he turned around and my mom said, oh, sorry, sir. And then he goes, Miss Adelson? And she says, yes. He says, I need to talk with you. Okay, so my mom thought it was a process server. Katie said someone had to know where your mom, and it gets cut off. Charlie says, Katie, for $19, if I entered your mom's name and address in the computer, it costs $19 to find out where they probably rented an apartment under their names. So it's probably in the registry or whatever. So it's like, you know, when you're online, it's like $19 or $29.99 to find anyone you want. That's all you do. It shows where they're registered at, and then you locate them. And you go online, pull up a picture, and then you sit outside and you wait. And you know what their kids look like because guess what? They're online too. So Katie, they'll be back. These people know about whoever it is knows information. Katie says there's not a lot of people who know much about, and Charlie says they didn't mention my name, which makes me think they don't. These people only know part of the story, or they think they know part of the story. Let me ask you a question. When everybody was out there the next day, did any of you take any money? It's not like you're driving around in a Bentley, cruising around in a mega yacht, you know? Someone, he must at some point, because otherwise he would have no idea I had anything to do with. Then he says, well, you can know about some things, The problem is this. Go tell the cops. They're going to ask you, where's the weapon at? You're going to say, I don't know. How do you know who pulled the trigger? You can say a name, but did you witness it? And the person is going to say no. The question is, how do you know? So if you didn't witness it, you only heard a rumor on the street that this person did something. Do you know what that's worth? 0. Then what you do is wear a wire, get this person talking, and if you can get the person to confess on wires, then you have something that you're charging. You have a confession. You have an admission of guilt. Outside of that, there's no evidence, okay? You have a car and you can link this person to renting that car that's used at the scene of the crime, okay? But you also have to prove that they were driving that day too. They didn't rent it and then lent it to a friend. What if you rented a car today? I go, Katie, can I borrow it for the weekend and I'll bring it back on Tuesday? And you go, yeah, sure. So you rented a car. You've been in that car. I drive it to Orlando and rob a McDonald's in Orlando. I come back and I say, here's the keys, Katie. And you go, okay, thanks. Yeah, you rented it. But what if you were out all weekend and you didn't even know I took your car and I did something and brought it back? My point is, I don't have any knowledge of what went on, evidently. This person's either pretending to or does. I don't want someone paying visits to my parents. I wish it was a cop playing games. Why didn't they know it was me? If it was a cop playing games or an investigator playing games and they didn't mention me, they did mention your son's girlfriend, Katie, not mention me at all, and my family. And I think if they thought I had something to do with it, they would find me and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to the person who's involved, not people who aren't involved. And I'm not involved. But if they knew your relationship was with me, not my family, like I dated you, not my mom. They knew my dad's name. This person obviously doesn't even know that we dated. That's the direct connection is who was her boyfriend? The 71-year-old guy, Dr. Adelson, or the 37-year-old, Dr. Adelson? Yeah, 37. Let's go talk to him. That's who they'd talk to, not waste your time with mom. They needed to talk to someone who knew what went on. And so wouldn't it make sense that your connection to my family is me? Your connection to my family is not my mom. You work for the office now because the checks are from there. And it's just because you come in and work on the weekends, which I trust that you're doing because I'm never there when I see you. You tell me you do it and the place looks clean, so you get your checks. You clean up whatever. But that's neither here nor there. This person knows information. And even if they are the cops, that information said your name. And they also know that they're claiming that somebody who had something to do with it is incarcerated. I don't know anybody in jail. My point is, I don't want this coming back. I don't have a problem helping the community out, but I don't want this community to come back next month. And what I think happens if I pay the money, they're going to be back again and again and again. They've got to make more money. It's not a cop. We'll take this route. We already addressed if it's a cop. If it's a cop, I'm happy because I got nothing to hide, okay? If it is a cop, I would think it would be so easy to do. You've got to understand something. They sit down and they tell the police what happened. First, they're going to ask my parents to take a lie detector test, which they won't do, just for the simple reason that those things give false positive all the time, which unfortunately makes you look bad. But 99% of people, if they have nothing to hide, take a lie detector test. If they're like, Katie, you want to take a lie detector test if you shot JFK? And you're like, yeah, I'll take the test because I'm going home afterwards. All right, make it quick. Okay, because you didn't shoot JFK. Let me explain something to you. If we go to the police, this is going to put a spotlight on the investigation, the FBI. We're talking about a bigwig in the FBI, not like the first year rookie. You're going to have a 20-year vet with the FBI knocking at your door, wanting to speak with you and wanting to speak with your attorney. This made not only national news, this was in London. My family in London was calling. You know what the BBC News is? The British Broadcasting News? This was on the BBC News. That doesn't matter that this made the BBC News. This was on Good Morning America. This was in the New York Times. This was a big story. So listen, you didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Well, prove it. The next question is prove it. And I don't have time. I've got a problem with this. If you want to arrest me, arrest me. I mean, why can't you have my phone? Oh, y'all, here we go. Because I've got tons of nude photos of myself on my phone. You're not looking at pictures of myself all day. So why don't you come back with a warrant so you can look at all the weenie pictures you want of me? I'm serious. He literally says, y'all, I don't want them laughing at my PP. I don't want these people coming back. If they're cops, I'm happy because I have nothing to hide. If they're a bad guy, there's two ways of dealing with it. One, go ahead and contact Miami Beach Police Department. They'll contact this guy. They'll talk to him on the phone. They'll arrange for the things to be set up. And when it's set up, there'll be like a SWAT team in place and FBI. And they're going to take this guy down and then he will proffer 10 years. We just have you on tape extorting somebody. And now tell us everything you know or else you're going to serve 10 years in prison. Is it worth it? Next thing you know, this person is singing. Other people start singing. As soon as they have him, he starts calling your name out. Oh, my parents are going to have to say, yeah, the guy came and he said that. They're going to ask the story of what happened. There's going to be police at your door, at my door. It's going to be, and then Katie says, my name? Like she finally gets the hint here that, yeah, her name's going to be out there. Charlie says they're going to check out anybody who got bailed out of jail. It's not going to be the cops. It's going to be big boys flying in to see what they can come up with, okay? And then that's probably going to make the newspaper. I want to give them the money, but I don't want to get involved in is next Tuesday, he's asking for $10,000. So this was my idea. Charlie's it was. I give you the money. You talk to him on the phone. Y'all, let's hear it for the boy here because what a gentleman. He said, this was my idea. I give you the money. You talk to him on the phone. So we're going to end it there with the Dolce Vita recording. So tomorrow we're going to keep going with this Dolce Vita. You see his gears are turning. He's trying to think one step ahead. And look, this is 2016. Charlie wasn't arrested until 2022, which at that point, this audio was able to be enhanced. And then you get these recordings and you can actually hear what he's saying. So we'll keep going with this. I was thinking about doing the Jennifer Dulos case and I posted about it on social media. However, at the end of the month, I'm going to the Alec Murdaugh evidentiary hearing in Columbia. It's about an hour and 15 from me. So I'm going to go sit in on that. It's really hard when you're covering a trial, by the way. It's expected to last through March. I just can't get behind for days. It's just a hot mess when it does. I'll do some updates on it. I know a lot of you guys were interested. Didn't mean to get you excited, but only found out today that it's going to be a very long trial. And I've got some traveling next month as well. So, all right, that's it for today. Have a good rest of your evening.